King's Raid Episode 1 First Impressions / Analysis. This anime is so underrated. I don't see anybody talking about it. And more people need to know about this because some characters in this episode are cold, yo. Talking about they freezing. So let's get into it. So we get introduced to our main character, which is Cassell. And he's sparring with a knight named Claus. And Claus is really whooping his ass. I'm talking about he's beating the shit out of him like he stole something. And we see that Cassell is an apprentice of some sort. And Claus is an actual knight, so obviously there's a difference, why Cassell can't land a hit and stuff. But as a main character, Cassell fails. He doesn't show anything new, like he's the regular main character. He even said, this line right here gives it away. He was like, he's training not even to become a knight. He just training to protect everyone. Like, come on, man. Like, since every main character says that, bro. Like, you couldn't switch it up. But anyways, we're gonna move on to that. But I don't like him as a main character. But anyways, so the spawn wraps up, and here's where we see the true reason to watch this show, not for the main character. A dark elf walks by, and you can't tell me that this nigga doesn't look cold, yo. He is the coldest character in the show at this point. I mean, we only seen like 4 characters: Claus, Cassell, and the 2 knights that were sitting on the bench that are not even worth mentioning. But yeah, so we see that the dark elf comes, and I have high hopes for him. But the dark elves aren't really tolerated in the town because when he comes, everybody's like, "Oh, is that a dark elf? Like, why is he here?" They talking down on the young king, and they actually asked Cassell in the night, like, "Why didn't you throw him out?" And Cassell's like, "He didn't do anything," and they start talking shit. I'm like, yo, like when I say talking shit, they were saying some crazy shit about him, like. Oh my god. But before that, the dark elf stops and he looks at Cassell. And I know what he's thinking. He's thinking something like, yo, is this y'all king right here? Like, this the nigga that's gonna protect y'all? I'll fold his dumb ass right here. But he calm, so he not gonna do that. But anyway, he walks by, and this is when the townspeople starts talking shit. And they're like, oh, his presence is unsettling. He's up to no good. He's the embodiment of bad omens. Yo, what? Like, and they old heads, so it's like, a typical old head trying to bring down a young king. But yeah, when I seen that, I was like, yo, like, what did a dark elf do for him to deserve this much hate? Like, this is a lot right here. But anyways, moving on. Cassell keeps walking, and we see another character called Faye. And she looks like the typical big titty support healer / childhood friend that likes the main character, so I actually don't care about her. She's probably useless in soccer, so who cares? But I am going to mention that when Cassell and her sit down on the bench, start talking, she says if Cassell remembers when he used to eat centipedes and spiders. And then, yo, that's not even what's wrong. What's wrong is what Cassell says after that. He says there's nothing wrong with that. My brother, you dead ass right now? I really looked at him. I was like, yo, you dead ass? Like, this nigga is sick. But anyways, the next important scene is that some old dude is talking to the king, and he says that there's been demon sightings in the king's force. And this is really important because something interests me when the king says that there mustn't be a single demon allowed to enter Orvelia because the town is not where it's at 100 years ago. And now I'm thinking that it's not even Cassell's fault why he's trash. Apparently the whole regiment is garbage too, cause y'all niggas wasn't like how y'all was 100 years ago when the real niggas was alive. You feel me? So I can't even blame Cassell at this point. The whole regiment is trash. So what happens after that? We get introduced to another character, and his design, I'm actually kind of fucking with it. Like, I kind of like his design. His name is Lord Moriham, but I'm gonna call him Mori for short. And he's with the dark elf trying to get into the castle, but the guards is holding them up. And guess what? You guessed it. Even the guards are talking shit about the dark elf. Jesus Christ. Give this man a break. Get off his case. Damn, yo. But anyways, fast forward to the next scene and take a look at this. Cause I'm going to put it up on the screen. Would y'all eat this? If you said yes, you're disgusting. This is a fucking fried spider, bro. Why would you fry a spider? Why would you even think about eating a spider, bro? and the main character really took like one of the leg off the spider, and he's eating this shit like it's some lobster. Like it's like red lobster type of shit. Like they serve this at Red Lobster. Like nah, bro. Like put that shit back where it came from. Why would you fry a spider? Nah, this nigga is wildin', bro. Yeah, this nigga is wildin', bro. But anyways, this scene is kind of important because he's having dinner with all the knights, and Claus says that he's going on a mission because there's been demon sightings in the king's force, and the main character gets a PTSD flashback, and we see a picture of a relative. I'm assuming that this is his mom because like it's the way how like her hand is positioned, like she looks like she's trying to touch his face. You know the typical mom shit before they die in an anime, like they try to hold their son or daughter's face while they're dying. But yeah, so now we move on to hands down the best scene because we see the Black Edge, which is apparently full of dark elves, and all of them are talking about how it was easy for Vahit, which is the dark elf that we've seen previously, how easy it was for him to enter the castle. So they're still talking, and they're talking like, oh, like when are they gonna kill all the rotten nobles? And now I'm like, I mean, I'm kind of with that because, like, if you've seen the episode, like, the nobles were a bunch of bitches. So I'm like, yo, if y'all trying to kill them, I'd help y'all too. Like, I don't like the high ups anyway. But they continue chatting, and a female dark elf says, "Shut up." And now it turns into a library. I'm talking about the state testing this bitch. Like, not a single word to be spoken. Oh my god. And like, she looks like the typical, like, second in command. You know, maybe that's why they shut up. She actually is second in command. They didn't say. So, anyways, let's talk about the Black Edge though. Like all of their designs are elite. Like I don't hate a single one of their designs. Like, I like all of them. Obviously, my favorite is Vahit. My second favorite would probably go to. I'll put a picture up of the guy talking, and then the third would probably be like the second in command type of female. Yeah, they all look cool. I'm fucking with them. But so they keep talking after she says that, whatever. And the dark. Yeah, here it is. So the dark elf says that they have been oppressed by Orvelia for 100 years. Now this is really interesting because, by the way, this guy says it. It doesn't seem like the Dark Elves did anything wrong, but the whole Orvelia is bent on not really allowing Dark Elves to come into the town. So now I'm wondering who is wrong first. You feel me? Like who's really wrong, who's right? And to me, it seems like Orvelia is wrong because just like the way how they act, like they just act mad shady, disgusting. Like I'm not really fucking with Orvelia. I'm fucking with the Black Edge though for sure. So, anyways, this is kind of important too. So, Claw Squad ends up in the King's Force, and he gets attacked, and we see a demon, but it's not really a demon. Like, come on, like this is Ainz from Overlord, so I don't know if this is what a demon is supposed to look like, but this is Ainz from Overlord. But anyway, the skeletons wipe out most of Claw's squad, and it was getting their ass handed to them, yo. Like, it was to the point where it was only Claws and one other knight. And I don't know if I can say that this skeleton is strong because remember what the king said, like the knights are trash. Like they're not like how they were 100 years ago. So maybe the knights are just fucking trash. Maybe the knights are just fucking trash, or maybe the skeletons are actually strong. I don't know. But my guess would be that the knights are trash because, you know, they're a bunch of bitches. But anyway, the knight comes back. He's trying to report, but word around town is that like only one came back. So now Cassell hears this. He goes to go check, and like, yeah, like only one is back, and he's like, nah, there's no way Claus is dead. So you know, I mean, it was obvious that he was gonna do this. You know, he's about to go set out for Claus, and Frey joins him. And I mean, I really hope this nigga gets smoked. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I don't like him. But anyway, we skip to the final scene where we see a lady that actually looks like a demon. You know, not a skeleton because of the mark on her head or on her forehead. You know, like she looks elite, by the way. But this is the best girl of the series. I don't care who they introduce after episode 1, but this is the best girl. This is a woman that I would simp for. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but that's it. I mean, we just see a woman at the end standing menacingly, And that's kind of it for the review slash impressions. I'm fucking with this anime, to be honest. I'm watching the whole thing. I might do some more reviews. And tell me if you like it.